So, Raj, I went to visit my mother in the emergency room this afternoon and I heard this really interesting story about this kid who died while in the emergency room.
Wait, what happened to your mom?
I would appreciate it if you didn't interrupt me. But yeah, she's fine. Now, back to the story. A new registered nurse at the hospital was working in the emergency room when an 18-year-old entered the premises with a gunshot wound. The doctor instructed the RN to start him on an intravenous therapy, or an IV tube, if you were unaware, with saline. However, almost immediately, the adolescent's heart rate skyrocketed and he shook violently and perished.
Where's this story going? What is the point?
Well, if you must know, I was thinking about investigating the cause of death for this particular individual. You see, the RN placed a distilled water bag instead of saline on the IV.
Oh no. The cause of death is actually quite simple. The hypertonic cells in the bloodstream were unable to contain all the water from the surrounding hypertonic solution. This caused them to rupture, killing the kid.
Well, in technical terms, when a cell has a higher concentration of solute than its surroundings, water will pass through the cell's semi-permeable membrane, through a process called osmosis.
Well, Sheldon, osmosis is specifically the transport of water across the membrane. Diffusion is when anything else travels across the membrane without using energy from the cell.
Well, we are talking about water here, duh. From an anatomical perspective, when the hypertonic red blood cells ruptured due to the influx of hypertonic distilled water, the intracellular solution and the extracellular solution were no longer isotonic, and therefore the cells were not able to transport oxygen to vital organs in the human body system, which caused the oxygen level in his body to fall.
For clarity, we should tell everyone else that intracellular solution is just the solution found within a cell, while extracellular solution is solution surrounding a cell. When they do not have the same solute concentration, they are no longer isotonic, and osmosis occurs. The homeostasis in that poor kid's body was disturbed and this caused him to die. Homeostasis refers to the balance in a person's body. In terms of shoes, if a person is wearing a 6-inch heel on one foot and flats on the other, they are going to be in balance and will fall over. Once they fall over, they are no longer off balance, and homeostasis is restored. However, if they fall off a cliff, they have no hope to regain balance and will die.
You are very odd. Well, technically, homeostasis occurs inside the body. For example, when the body heats up, homeostasis is restored by sweat being released from the body through glands. Without this vital factor of life, an organism would overheat and die.
Well, based on this simple laboratory experiment that I performed back when I was in our meager years of high school, when placing a dialysis bag of sucrose solution in water, after a period of half an hour, the water in the surrounding cup diffuses into the dialysis bag, increasing the mass of the bag and decreasing the concentration of it, so that the surroundings are isotonic to the bag.